everybody, and welcome back to yet another On the Table episode, guys. The show where you look at what I've been doing recently in the hobby. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's not very much. Mainly because I've been playing Conan Exiles with Brian, good old Templars Crusade 01. May he one day return to YouTube and bring many revelations and good times. But anyway, so I've been playing a lot of Conan Exiles. It's really good. It's a Conan game, which is like Ark Survival Evolved. It's like a free roam sandbox type thing with crafting and fighting monsters and swinging your dick around and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so we're going to be looking at some of the hobby stuff that I've been doing or what I've been up to, so to speak. Now, the first thing is I picked up a couple of things last time I went to my local hobby store, and the first thing I picked up was my first lot of Primaris Marines. So these are the Primaris Intercessors. It's such a shit name, guys. They're just fucking Primaris Space Marines. £8.50. Not a bad deal at all from my local vendor. Box art. These are the easy to build Space Marines, which is really shit. I really don't like it, but it does come with data cards, apparently. I've never actually had a box of these, but one of the things is, you only get three. You get 3 Marines in a box, which is a little bit shitty. I hate it when Games Workshop does this kind of stuff. Basically, you get your 3 in a box, meaning if you want a 5-man squad, you've got to buy 2 boxes, and you're going to end up with 1 left over, which is a little bit shitty. I suppose obviously having 1 extra one is good, but what if you only want 5? What if you've got to have an extra one just lying around? However, what I also managed to do is I also managed to persuade my local vendor to give me some of the competition Primaris Space Marine sprues. This means basically I have a squad of 5. Now, I'm wondering, Jojo, what are you going to be doing? What kind of Primaris chaps are you going to be having? And I think I'm going to go with Space Wolves, Percy, because it would be nice to go back to the roots of the channel on a few little things. I might get some Fenris and Wolves as well, because they're really good apparently in the new rules. But anyway, I've actually not seen what these sprues are like. I've barely even looked at what you get on the box, what you get in the box and stuff like that. So we're going to actually unbox these live on camera, and we're going to have a look. I mean, the box is a nice size. It's a nice little grab. This was literally on the side of the tills as I was paying for some X-Wing stuff, and I thought, oh, fuck it, it's less than 10, I might as well go for it. Oh, what the fuck is this? We got blue sprues? What the shit? Well, that's a bit odd. That's a bit odd. I've only got 2 bases. No, 3 bases. So we got some transfers, by the looks of it. Everyone wants to see transfers against Workshop 2017. Space Marines transfer sheet intercessors. I won't be using them, I do not think. Anyone, I don't know, should I sell them? Should I just bin them? I'll probably just end up binning them, but whatever. Yeah, so, this is weird. This is, like, really weird. It's like a really blue it feels brittle. This plastic feels very, very brittle. Do I have a pair of clippers? I do. This plastic feels very, very strange. In fact, let's have a look. So it's your basic, they're like slaughter base. They are the slaughter bases. The fuck? That's so strange to see this weird blue plastic. Is it brittle? Is it just regular plastic but with a blue colouring to it, or is it like extra brittle? We will find out and we will see. Ooh, it feels. That's weird. Very brittle. Or is that just a weak point? I don't know. Oh no, it feels. No, I think it's the same as the regular plastic. It's just blue. Well, that's a bit of a shit. How is this going to paint up? How is blue going to paint? I'm gonna have to freaking base coat this like a motherfucker to actually get any. This is weird. We're gonna go and we're gonna see what we've managed to come up with. And do you know what? I'm going to have to jump cut this, guys. So join us in a second when I will have built some Space Marines. 2 minutes, guys. Well, more than 2 minutes, maybe a couple of hours. But in the space of your time watching this, it'll literally be a second. I'm going to stop talking. Anyway, going to build some Space Marines. Bye. Okay, guys, so the verdict is in, as you can tell probably by the pile of sprue over there, and I have been away and I have made some Primaris Marines. slightly wolf flavoured. I only wanted to go slightly wolfy because I didn't want them to be overly, just completely over the top. Like if you were to just buy a complete box of Space Wolves and build them as they are, I think that they are too Space Wolfy that way. It's nice to just add the little touches and things. One thing that I also tried out a new glue. I tried out the Tamiya Extra Thin cement, and I've got to be honest with you guys, I don't like it. I don't like this glue for one massive reason, in the fact that it is too thin. It makes a mess of models. It tends to not go where you want it to go, and I mean, it certainly is potent enough. It certainly does stick stuff, but because it's so thin, there's no actual proper surface tension there. So the actual bits that you're trying to stick together don't stick together first time. As you will know with the extra thick poly cements and the regular stuff, it kind of has that gloopiness to it, which helps the initial bond and helps the component you're gluing stay there. And in regards to like the surface tension, say you're gluing, for example, here we go, here's a perfect example on the captain guy from my little combat squad right here. Whereas normally on the hand join, here, the grey plastic meets the blue plastic. We'll talk about this blue plastic stuff in a bit as well. Normally, you'd put glue on there and you'd put it on, and the surface tension would hold it there, and then the glue would do its work and bond it. This, no. It's like it's weird. It's pretty much like the surface tension of water. There's nothing on there to hold it in place, so you physically have to hold it. It's like super glue, you've got to hold it in place until it sticks. Not a fan of it. I think I'll be reverting back to my other Tamiya poly cement, the standard stuff. I have to pick up a bottle of that soon. But anyway, on to these guys here. So we've gone for some slightly wolfy parts to it. So I've done like the little knives and things like on this fellow here. That's the only really bit of wolfiness on there. I mean, we're talking very, very, very basic level conversions going on. On obviously the commander guy or the captain, whatever they're calling him these days, I opted for a sword as opposed to his pointy finger. I do have his pointy hand somewhere. Here it is. Which is pretty good. It's quite hard to get Space Marine fingers and hands that are pointing, although you can see the stress mark already on his fingers. That's going to be the first thing to snap, I think. But yeah, so we've gone for a slightly wolfy Space Wolf sword, and then we've got a little wolf tail going on there, as well as a wolf skull on the groin region, on the groin area. One of the things that really pissed me off about this, I really wish he didn't have his helmet on his belt. I really wish that was a separate piece, because to clip it off, you're going to have to do a bit of resculpting to smooth that out again. And also it's the Primaris helmet, which I'm not too keen on personally. You might notice that these guys are all headless, and again, coming on to that in a second. The third blue guy, this guy, really nothing special. We've gone for a bit of a wolf tail talisman on the end of his gun. Really cool, like it, nice little touch. And then we got the little Space Wolfy blade. Is that light even on? Is it on? Let's try and make it lighter. Haha, there we go. We've got the wolf-like blade going on there, little combat dagger type thing. Now, weirdly, this blue plastic stuff, it doesn't behave like the grey plastics like these. I kind of did a bit of experimenting, and with this extra thin stuff, yes, alright, it's not the right surface tension on it. However, the blue stuff took considerably longer to glue than the grey stuff. Don't know why, but don't know whether that's because it's also shinier as well. It's really weird. I think it's gonna be a nightmare to paint, personally. But we're gonna have to see that in a future episode. But yeah, so the blue stuff took blue to blue and blue to grey took a lot longer to actually fully dry and fully bond than the grey to grey. Again, it's just really, really weird. We're going to move the blue guys away and look at the actual grey guys. These are the free ones that I basically got. Again, not much wolfying up. Got a bit more of a wolfy groin guard there. That's actually taken off of the Space Wolf banner. I have loads of these just lying around. It's basically the top part of this. A bit annoyed really, as you can't really see it too well. Not the greatest. And then we got a bit of a wolf tail coming off his backpack there, which is actually one from the Stormbolter. So I shaved that off, and it has a nice little flat bit just that links up perfectly. And then on this one here, again we got big old wolf tail on his gun. And then I think just a combat blade on there. And the reason why I've not made these too wolfy is because I've got, as you guys will know, I actually every now and again, I go and I paint up Space Marine heads on corks. So I'm going to use a couple of these guys for Space Wolf heads. So I'm then going to use this guy because of the big scar across his face. Big messed up visage that he has. Whoa, we need to focus. Focus. There we go. Got another Space Wolf head there that's pretty much done. I might end up using this one, but not sure. But I know for definite I'm going to be using a few... Oh shit, what was that? Ah, I dropped a blade on me. Ah, no. That's all I need. Stabbing myself in the foot. Great. I'm very aware that I dropped a glass down here the other day, and there's probably bits of glass all over the place. And I've actually found my super fine detail paintbrush, which is nice to actually find. Haha. I wasn't aware where that one had gone. But anyway, yeah. So we've got these heads going on here now. I've got a Space Wolf head there and a bald guy there. Probably going to use that Space Wolf one when I paint it up. Obviously, these aren't in any degree of done yet. But yeah, so they're all going to have like a... They're all. I really want all my Space Wolf Marines to be like bare helmeted fucking badasses. So I decided, you know what, let's make them all helmetless. Just because, why not? I can, they're my models, I can do what I want. But yeah, let me know what you think of these guys so far. I'm going to put these guys are going to get put to one side to dry properly, because again, I don't trust the blue plastic. Weird blue plastic, we judge you. And I'm slightly uneasy that you're probably going to fall apart and be really, really brittle. But anyway, I digress. Next thing we're going to talk about, I'm going to do a fusion, guys. Normally it's like, 40k stuff and then Star Wars, but no, we're going to combine 40k and Star Wars into one whole episode, guys. Just really a show and tell kind of thing. I managed to pick up, last time I was at my local hobby store, I managed to pick up this beast. This is a Houndstooth. Really awesome ship, and probably my favourite looking ship in the entire game, just because it looks so mental and so weird and so futuristic. So this is the Houndstooth. This is going to get painted up red to go in my Deadly Reds Scum Squadron. Now, for those of you guys that are into Star Wars and know a bit about the lore, this is Bossk's ship. Bossk, if you didn't know, is the Trandoshan bounty hunter that you see in Empire Strikes Back on the bridge with Darth Vader, IG-88, Boba Fett, and all the other guys as well. But yeah, this is a really, really cool ship. One of the bigger ships in the game, actually. It's classed as a large ship, as it should be. And it's just a really, really interesting design. I like how it kind of looks like a flying sand crawler with this. This is, I mean, it's just I don't know, I just really like it, alright? I just really like the all the paneling on it, and how, you know, this is all going to be painted up all nice and metal, and so is this bit, and the reds, and then it's going to have the cream stuff on it. It's going to look really, really good when I painted it up. The actual overall paint job isn't that great. It kind of looks like a toy. I mean, I suppose it is a toy, but, you know, it looks too much like an actual toy. Once I get my own decals and do some weathering on it and stuff like that, it'll be pretty good. One of the things I have to note on this, there's no guns on this ship. On all the other ships that I've got, there's little guns, obviously little laser cannons and stuff. There isn't any on this, which is really weird. I don't know whether or not these things are supposed to be on the side, but you know, they could be, but they just don't look like guns. Really, really strange. Now, this ship is quite good in-game, apparently. It's quite damaging, it's quite high power, not very manoeuvrable, that's its downside. However, it does have 3 crew slots, and you can do a dirty list with this called the Party Bus, and basically you can put like 3 of the nastiest like scum crew on there, so like Dengar, Boba Fett, and maybe somebody else, maybe, I don't know, maybe Forlom or something, to give people stress or whatever. But yeah, guys, so you can do quite a lot with this. Now, it also has a really cool title, and it has a really cool little trick that it can do. So this is one of the main reasons why I liked it, because it's quite sneaky. This, if you have Bossk, I think, as the pilot, and you use a certain title, inside this ship there is a what is it now? I think it's a headhunter, and when this blows up, when this dies, you remove it, and you basically can fly out before it dies, a headhunter. Basically, Bossk inside has a little escape ship, which is really, really cool. So say this is your only ship left and it gets blown up, you actually get like a second chance. Now, it's really good in those kind of conflicts when you both had a really long, drawn-out battle, you and your opponent, and it's a case of, right, everyone's on, you're both on like one wound, you've got one ship left. It's a case of, right, your opponent's blown you up, boom, National Pup comes out and basically comes out and you can finish the guy off with it. Really, really cool. Like it a lot. Can't wait to actually paint this up and actually use it in game. So yeah, that being said, we're going to move on to another Star Wars ship. This is actually a really, really good, this is an eBay steal, if I can remember where the fuck it is. Here it is. So, in Star Wars, you've got, obviously, the regular X-Wing game, and then you've also got X-Wing Epic. Now, in Epic, you have these gigantic ships like this. I managed to pick this up. This is normally like the 60, 68, 70 quid kit, most places. I managed to pick this up for 30 on eBay, an absolute steal. You'll notice that, guys, at the front of it actually resembles Jabba's sail barge. Barge from Return of the Jedi, which is really, really cool. I've got absolutely no fucking idea how to use it, no idea how it plays. It's got a really, really weird movement dial. I'll show you the movement dials before, but you've got to like expend energy to like move and stuff. So you've got like 2 energy there for that move, 1 energy, 2 energy, 1 energy, 2 energy. It's just a really weird system, and I've never actually done it before. However, one of the things I did like about it, I like the fact that it's got loads of little details on it that I didn't notice on the pictures. So the first thing is, because it's basically a cargo hauler with guns on it, it's got these cool little cargo containers here which are going to paint up really nice. It's got lots of lovely detail around the end of it. Again, it's going to be interesting to paint up. However, this one as it is looks like a toy. Like, this is like the most toyish toy. If like someone got like a rock, it's like, I want a rocket ship, I want a spaceship. This is what you'd get, this kind of level of painting. I mean, the thing that pisses me off the most is that they've not even bothered to do the radar dishes, of which there is 3. 1, 2, 3. They've not even bothered to paint the radar dishes a slightly different colour, or the gun. It's just a really lazy paint job. Although, one of the things that is going to be really, really cool is where this has got the blackened kind of heat effect on this. I can't wait to paint these 2 bits silver and then do a really, really gorgeous heat staining effect on it. It's going to be really, really cool. But yeah, I've got no idea how to play it. I will let you guys know how this plays out. Anyway, I've got to go and paint some of these. You're not going to see it on this episode, guys, because I've rambled on for quite some time now. You'll see them on the next On the Table episode. So, I'm going to bid the adieu. Let you guys know, what do you think? What do you think of the Star Wars stuff, guys? Are you guys getting sick of it? Do you guys like it? Is it, do you want to see more of it? I really like it. I really want to do more of it, but I don't want to do content that you guys aren't going to like. Also, let me know what you think of the Primaris Space Wolves, guys. I can't wait for their codex to come out, actually. It's going to be really interesting. I might do it, make me ramble just on my opinions of some of the codexes when I see them tomorrow. But anyway, I digress. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, favourite, and subscribe. It's the first time you're watching this video. Punch that subscribe button. Punch the living shit out of that like button. Leave a comment in the doobly-doo down below. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page with the sneak peeks and stuff that I've been doing. And I will see you guys again in the next episode, guys. So, thank you very much for watching. See you now, and goodbye.